Adopt Me players are angry at this specific pet. This right here is the cryptid, a pet that can transform into 4 variations of different pets. Now, you might be wondering, why would players possibly be angry about an Adopt Me pet? Well, the reason why is because it is the most expensive pet Adopt Me has ever released. This pet costs you 1,500 Robux. That is basically like $15 to go and get a virtual Adopt Me pet. Now, is $15 a lot of money? Yeah, you could buy quite a lot with $15. So I decided to go and make a post finding out what the public's opinions were on the fact that Adopt Me is making this the most expensive pet to ever release. Of course, these are just public opinions, and each of you guys can have your own thoughts. I personally think it's a cool pet, but 1,500 is a little bit steep. Then again, you are going and getting 4 pets for the price of 1 technically, but still, I wonder what will happen. This user says, I think the price is fair. Despite being the most expensive, you're getting 4 pets in 1. Other games like Pet Simulator 99, something like that would be much more expensive. But it's like you're paying for 1 legendary pet and an ultra rare Robux and you get 2 for free, and that's my opinion. Now, it's true, in the game Pet Simulator 99, I believe they had a pet that was literally like 60,000 Robux. In fact, they even sold things for thousands of real life US dollars using some sort of like cryptocurrency thing, which was highly dodgy, to be honest. So yeah, technically $15 when you go and compare it against other games. $15 sounds cheap if you're to go and compare it to these big other games. I like the concept, I just feel they could have designed it a lot differently. I don't really like any of the versions. Wow. You know what, the only thing I hate is the goat. No one wants to buy a goat unless you love goats. This person said, I kinda like it, but I think the price is a bit too much in my opinion. This person says, maybe I'm too woke, but people will willingly pay 1,000 Robux for a pet all the time, so I don't know why the extra 500 Robux for 4 is a problem. Now this I can personally also understand. If people were willing to go and spend 1,000 Robux on the Phantom Dragon, an extra 500 Robux to go and unlock 3 more pets for the same thing is probably worth it. They did say that the cryptid should have been the premium pet of the event though, instead of having 2 1,000 plus Robux pets. Now that is what I think the issue is. The fact that Adopt Me added 2 pets at once that were over 1,000 Robux. Now in the past, Adopt Me, when they go and release a 1,000 Robux pet, they never release 2 1,000 Robux pets at once. I'll give you an example. At Adopt Me's Christmas update, they released a dragon for 1,000 Robux, and they also released a snowball pet, and I think this was 99 Robux. The second pet was 99 Robux. Okay, I may take my statement back. Last year we got the Transforming Jekyll Hydra for 1,000 Robux, and we also did get the Grim Dragon for 1,000 Robux. 2 1,000 Robux pets was pretty expensive. Let me give you a better example. The year before, we had a 1,000 Robux Vampire Dragon, and we also had a 75 Robux pet. That's right. The main one was the 1,000 Robux pet. The second one was 75 Robux. And the third one was a legendary for 600. Now, that sounds like a way better deal. What I think would have been better was if Adopt Me did the following things. They made the cryptid 1,000 Robux, if I can spell the pet. I think this should have been a 1,000 Robux pet, because I just do. And then the other pet, the Phantom Dragon, I think maybe this should have been 600 Robux. I mean, they did it before. They made a legendary for 600 Robux in 2023. Right here, you can see it. As you see, it says 600 Robux for the werewolf, and that was a transforming pet as well. Okay, like that pet does transform. Obviously, it doesn't transform as much as the cryptid does, but yeah, very interesting. Let's keep checking out people's opinions. I understand that it's 4 pets in 1, but it's still a lot of money for a single pet, and we already have the Phantom Dragon, which is 1,000 Robux. This person said, I bought 4 of that, but how does it transform? Bro, if you spend, what, $60 and you don't know how it transforms, there's a button. You gotta push it. This person said, it's a little expensive to be honest, but I really want one. Now, I understand that that costs a lot of money for people to buy this pet, which is why if you go and look at my trade history, I've been going and giving away these pets completely for free to my subscribers. This person called Dale Lily got one. This person called Sparkly Mittens, they got one. This person called I don't know, they got one for free. And all they did was watch my YouTube live stream and they were subscribed, so they literally won these $15 pets completely for free. Now, I will continue to give away weekly pets on my live streams, so if you would like to have a chance, make sure you subscribe, and that way you will not miss a giveaway. This person says it's $300 for a mega. A mega would cost you like $240, I think, which is, yeah, it's a lot of money. If you're making this into a mega, bro, you've got to be rich, honestly, you do. I think the price is fair. You're kind of paying 1500 Robux for 4 pets that are different despite being reskins of other pets. I think it's one of those pets is very beautiful despite being reskins. I think the price is fair. There have been several reskins for 500 Robux. A reskin means that there's a pet that already exists but just slightly different colored. I'm not too sure which one they're referencing. This user thinks $10 is a lot in the game to begin with, so $15 is very expensive. Honestly, 4-in-1 is a great deal. The little dog itself, it was a transforming pet, would be cool. Nothing new, 1000 Robux, yet 4-in-1, only 1.5k is actually a sweet deal. It seems we're going and getting quite a lot of mixed opinions about this. Someone says, it's a reasonable pricing, unlike how the Ghost Dragon was 1250 Robux. It's a 4-in-1 pet, so 1.5k is actually a steal. Because if Adopt Me was owned by Do Big, it would have been easily 4000 Robux. Do Big is the game studio that like makes everything expensive, as a heads up. Also, the Ghost Dragon was originally priced at 1250 Robux. I think so many people complained that Adopt Me actually reduced the price to 1000. That's what I think I remember. This user says basically 4 unfinished pets mushed into one. I don't know, but I'd rather have one detailed pet for 1000. 1500 Robux is very expensive, but it's 4 pets in one. That's why I think it's worth the extra 500 Robux. Interesting. I understand that it's 4 pets in one, but since we already had the Phantom Dragon, I don't think it needed to be that expensive. Players have already spent a lot of money on that one pet. They could have set the price to 1000 Robux and made it limited like the Heyday. That's what I asked for. I said it would have been way better if Adopt Me made this pet like the Heyday. Now, if you can't remember how the Heyday worked, it was a pet and there was only a limited amount of stock of that pet. There was a total of 75,000 Heydays that were released inside of Adopt Me, and only 3,000 of them could be bought every single hour, which made it one of the most valuable, most limited pets to exist in the game. I think the feature of Adopt Me releasing only a specific amount built up a lot of demand and hype for this pet. Obviously, this pet isn't their finest work. I mean, if this transformed into 4 things, that would have been so much cooler. But if Adopt Me made the cryptid a similar concept where you could only get one every specific time, and if you could only have a specific amount so we knew how many were available, I think it would have been better. That's just what I think, and I've played Adopt Me since pets released. This one says it's a bit expensive but super cool and I like the original form. This one says very reasonable. You're getting 4 pets in one price basically. And this one person says Adopt Me are greedy raccoons. Yeah, okay, Simon. Simon thinks Adopt Me is a greedy raccoon. That's the first time I've heard anyone ever say that. This one user says, what a lot of people are skipping over is that Adopt Me's target audience is for kids aged 6 to 12. I don't think Adopt Me is actually specifically targeted towards 6 to 12-year-olds, because no 6-year-old is actually going to understand the trading system. In fact, I don't even think a 12-year-old could fully understand Adopt Me trading values. These things are like the stock market, basically. They said, what kid is going to have $15 for one pet? And yes, it has transformations, but it's still one pet. If you wanted a neon, that's over $60 for a neon. And if you wanted a mega, that's over $200. Remember guys, if you're a kid, you don't need to get this pet. You don't need to buy every single pet that Adopt Me goes and releases on the update. If you've got money, you don't need to spend it. If I was you, I would save that money. I personally, if I was a 6-year-old, I would not have $15. In fact, I probably wouldn't have even owned $15 when I was 6 years old. So I think I can understand this from literally every single person's perspective. Some people are saying that $15 for a virtual pet is a lot of money. And yeah, it is. I completely agree with you. I know that because I've already given away $100 worth of this pet for free to my subscribers, and yeah, these things are expensive to go and give away, so please guys, like this video and subscribe to pay respects, because Roblox is removing star codes, which was what funded most of my giveaways, so pray for us, guys. Now we can look at this in two ways. This means Adopt Me might see that people are still willing to spend 1,500 Robux on a pet, and then maybe at Christmas they'll give us another 1,500 Robux pet because this one sold a bunch, and obviously if something sells a lot, then that means they'll go and do it again. Does this mean at Christmas we're gonna get a 1,500 Robux pet? I really hope not. I would love to see Adopt Me go and make a transforming pet free to play. Like a way that you can get one without spending money. Maybe like a 1% chance to hatch it, or a 0.001% chance to hatch it, or maybe get it out of your lure or something. A way to obtain the pet without spending money is what I think would be cool. Especially them adding yarn apples for Robux, I think that was honestly a bad move from them. I understand it from their perspective that they want to make money from it, but I love the fact that the kitty bat had so much value for a pet that you could get without spending money. Just what I thought was a pretty cool aspect, that you could get like a cool pet without spending money, but then they allowed you to go and spend money to get the pet. Now, Adopt Me did add some other interesting items during this update. Some of these are pretty sick looking, to be fair. It looks like they plan on adding a few more items next week, but whatever this is going to be, I don't know. Oh, and I highly advise you buy one of these, the spooky portal ceiling light. Bro, this thing is so cheap, and you get like these cool ghosts floating around, and you can put that in your house. Are you sure you want to use the portal? Can you trade these things? Untradeable. Okay, you might as well use it then. What's the point? Ah, look, I got new furniture. Spooky portal ceiling light. Let's go. And then you can buy footprints. Oh, that's kind of fun. It's like a little shadow. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section about Adopt Me adding a $15 pet. This isn't the most expensive Adopt Me item they've ever released. The most expensive was the candy cannon, which was 2,000 Robux as a reference for all of you guys. 2,000, which is like $20. So yeah, you can let us know what you guys think about it. And for all of you wondering where's the Slimingo, you can only buy at certain times, okay? It's like every 2 minutes it'll randomly appear for a second, and then you can buy it. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe, and press the button on the screen to go and watch another video that YouTube has selected just for you. They think you're gonna like it, and I think you'll like it too. So go and press this button to go and watch that video next. Please and thank you.